Welcome to The Explainer, everyone. Today, we're diving headfirst into an incredibly strange internet anomaly that starts with just a few weird details, but honestly, it rapidly unravels into a massive global investigation. It's the kind of story that proves the internet can hide some truly terrifying realities right in plain sight. So we're going to map out exactly how this whole thing happened. And to kick things off, we really have to ask, how did a strange YouTube channel about the end of the world lead to an international police raid? That question perfectly sets the stage for the wild journey we're about to take. Because on the surface, this just looked like another eccentric corner of cyberspace. But the digital breadcrumbs left behind, they led authorities straight to the doors of a highly organized, dangerous operation.
Section 1. The Egon Cholakian Anomaly. We start our investigation with a man named Allen Egon Cholakian. He hosts the YouTube channel called the Earth Saves Science Collaborative. Now, across more than 180 videos, this man just sits in a suit, fear-mongering about climate change, nanoplastics, and bizarre geophysical anomalies in the Earth's core, aggressively insisting that the end of the world is literally just years away.
But right away, there's a completely jarring disconnect with Egon's entire persona. I mean, he boasts this impossible academic resume, literally claiming on his LinkedIn to have attended Harvard, MIT, and Stanford at the exact same time. Yet his actual digital footprint, it consists of zero real peer-reviewed research. Instead, it's just a bizarre gallery of heavily photoshopped images showing him hanging out with former CIA directors and Harvard colleagues. You know, the uncanny valley vibe he gives off actually sparked a massive dead internet theory online. People were seriously asking, is Egon Cholakian an AI-generated fake? He sits in his videos for up to 3.5 hours without moving his hands even once, which naturally prompted the internet to wonder if he was just an AI avatar. The mystery was only solved when a random pandemic-era Zoom call suddenly surfaced, proving he is actually a real, albeit incredibly strange person.
Section 2. The Creative Society Front. So, the trail of supportive bot comments left on Egon's videos? Yeah, they definitely weren't organic. Viewers quickly noticed that all the supportive comments came from faceless accounts, heavily leaning Russian, and they all pointed directly to an entirely different organization called the Creative Society. Egon wasn't a lone wolf at all. He was part of a highly coordinated network.
The Creative Society markets itself as an international volunteer project aiming for a peaceful transition to a new societal format. They use these absolutely absurd utopian promises to hook vulnerable people online, eradicating climate change through cosmic forces, giving everyone universal basic income, wiping out all taxes and debts, free worldwide healthcare, and, get this, handing out $100,000 for a first child. They're basically masking their true intentions under this giant too-good-to-be-true facade.
But crack the surface, and that facade completely crumbles. As reported by the BBC, they even invite legitimate scientists to speak at their events, only to fraudulently edit the footage later on. They literally strip out the actual science and recut the video to make it look like world-renowned experts agree with their outlandish theories about cosmic climate forces.
Section 3. Uncovering AllatRa. Because the Creative Society is definitely not the end of the line. It's really just a front for a much darker, deeper core organization. Hidden within every climate report and viral video is the true architect of this massive online psyop, a group known as AllatRa.
AllatRa is the true puppet master bankrolling Egon Cholakian, and their underlying beliefs, they transcend basic pseudoscience into something entirely unhinged. We're talking about conducting telepathy experiments inside walk-in pyramids in front of live audiences. Plus, their network of podcasts openly discusses apigenocin aliens living among us and acting as literal gods. If we track their history back, it's wild. They actually started out in 2003 as a publishing house printing sci-fi books by an author named Anastasia Novik, before evolving into a full-blown movement. The books featured a superhuman being named Rigdon Japo, whose earthly form was a martial arts teacher. Well, fast forward to today, and these fiction books are treated as literal religious texts. The group is now led by a former chiropractor named Igor Danilov, who flat out claims to be this living prophet.
Section 4. The cult's true nature.
Okay, so once you're actually inside the inner workings of AllatRa, those utopian promises of universal basic income and world peace, they vanish entirely. What replaces it is a horrifying reality of psychological manipulation and severe abuse orchestrated completely by Igor Danilov.
A really brave former member spoke to a Russian journalist and finally pulled back the curtain.
Danilov uses his supposed status as a prophet to coerce so-called heavenly birds, up to 13 women at a time, into group abuse to supposedly cleanse their spirits. He maintains absolute control over them by threatening eternal damnation, telling them, you're either with us and remain silent, or against us and are siding with Satan.
Obviously, this kind of thing catches the attention of authorities. The Ukrainian Orthodox Church officially labeled them a psycho-cult. And in August of 2023, Ukrainian forces organized massive raids across over 20 of their cells. They found weapons and strange artifacts, though Danilov himself managed to evade capture and was just nowhere to be found.
Section 5. Infiltrating global politics. Because those raids uncovered something way more shocking than just hidden weapons. This group isn't just some fringe, isolated cult. They are actively utilizing their deep pockets and vast online bot network to infiltrate global power structures at the highest possible levels. They have absolutely massive political ambitions. We're talking about them cozying up to global figures across the entire political spectrum to gain influence, and we're just reporting the facts of who they've targeted here. Inside their compounds, police found shrines to Vladimir Putin, sitting right alongside piles of Donald Trump hats. They've been backed by U.S. presidential candidates like Robbie Wells, endorsed by prominent pastors like Mark Burns, and they even proudly boast on their website of receiving a blessing directly from the Pope.
Section 6. The cost of exposure. Now, as you can imagine, exposing an organization with this kind of reach, financial backing, and technological capability is highly, highly dangerous. Which brings us to the chilling and heartbreaking story of a man who tried to bring them down, Jakub Jahl. Jakub dedicated his life to exposing cults, and he spent his free time volunteering in Africa, specifically helping kids in Tanzania. As a Czech journalist, his investigation into AllatRa was highly successful, and he was actually instrumental in helping authorities locate one of Igor Danilov's hideouts. But that success made him a massive target. In retaliation, AllatRa launched a vicious, highly coordinated smear campaign against him. They weaponized their massive online network to produce hours of highly produced, completely fake documentaries with titles like Satanist in Africa and From Charity to Child Abuse, accusing Jakub of atrocious crimes against the very children he was helping in Tanzania. Now, to be absolutely clear here, Jakub Jahl never did any of this. These claims are a complete lie, manufactured by the cult. But the internet psyop was so incredibly effective, spreading like wildfire across platforms like TikTok, that it triggered real government investigations in the Czech Republic and effectively destroyed his reputation. The human cost of this digital manipulation is just devastating. I mean, yes, Jakub was completely exonerated after years of investigation, but the damage is permanent. He can no longer safely visit the children he spent years helping. And in a truly sickening twist, AllatRa is now sending their own members into those exact same orphanages in Tanzania to indoctrinate the youth into their cult. And that brings this explainer to a pretty unsettling conclusion. It really leaves us with a lingering, deeply uncomfortable sense of caution. If a bizarre man sitting completely still in a suit on YouTube can successfully act as the front for a global, abusive cult that infiltrates world politics and destroys innocent lives, we really have to ask ourselves, what else are we blindly scrolling past? How much of what we see online is just a carefully constructed mask hiding something far more sinister? Definitely something to think about the next time an algorithm serves you a seemingly perfect utopian promise.